I think we live. Hey, shalom, shalom.
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 First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahawah.
YAHAWAH,
Bahasham,
Bahasham, Bahasham, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It was in his gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, wherever it may be. We're the brothers here, the GMS Kansas City branch, coming to you with another Shabbat sit down titled All Roads Leads to the End of Esau's Kingdom. There's tons of things that's taking place in the world today, as far as on a prophetic scale. We can't even begin to keep track of all the atrocities that's happening in the world, from Hunter virus to economic collapse to the third world to Trump going over there to beg Xi Jinping for assistance and to get their partnership back for setting up this AI shit, to Prince Charles, or Peasant Charles, because he's not really a prince, Peasant Charles, basically stating that the UK is getting ready to roll out a digital wallet, and by them being under the Queen or the Parliament, so to speak, they have to comply to those mandates, man. So we got a couple of videos that we're gonna queue up through the spirit, but hey, Esau was crashing out, man. As I was watching a video earlier that was put up by the elder brother Manada Zakba, and I think Elder Yashwama went into it as well. You had Esau just crashing out in the car, man, losing it. And if you put yourself in the spirit of the so-called white man, or if you put yourself in the shoes of Esau, it's quite scary, because it gets no better for you from this point. Okay, you're going straight down. And the crazy part about it is, once your kingdom fall, you're going to be literally underneath our feet. And you're going to catch hell in the kingdom for 1,000 years, and you're going to be destroyed. So this is not a good time to be a fucking Edomite, man.
Yeah.
So if you're an Israelite, give yourself a hand for being the Lord made you an Israelite, man.
Right. That's right, brother.
Because this devil is true, man. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that shit was over in the 60s.
bro. But somebody want to get that in Deuteronomy 30:7, man, how the curses are falling upon our enemies.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "And the Lord Yahawah, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee."
Mm-hmm. Now, Baba Kushah, somebody get Deuteronomy 28 and start at verses 16. Matter of fact, start at 17 and we'll read a couple of verses down, because these curses apply to Esau now, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 17, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
It say, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land."
Yeah,
The increase.
Hey, the video we saw today, Esau was in a car crashing out. He talking about it's nothing but work, bills, I can't afford groceries. Nigga say he had 3 V8s, man. I'm like, oh shit. And gas on average in Missouri is $4.30 now, man.
Yeah.
Bro, like literally I put maybe like 20 some bucks in the tank yesterday. That shit barely got me 4 gallons of gas. So just imagine what Esau is going through, living on credit card debt, living in these expensive homes, high rises, condos.
Mm-hmm.
Esau has hella investments, man. And when you have no return on your investments in a downward economy, you ain't making no money. They're just debt on top of debt on top of debt until you go into foreclosure. So they got a lot more to worry about to lose than Jake, man.
Yeah, facts. All them Tesla driving niggas ain't gonna get away either, because them energy prices gonna go up on your ass.
Yeah.
You know, you charging it at home thinking you saving. Nah, that shit coming for you, man. Just like the curses came on us.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. Say, "Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Yahawah shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke."
Yeah, cursing, vexation, and rebuke, man, because, hey, the world is rebuking this devil. Like, when he went over there to basically try to tuck ass to Xi Jinping, which that's Sirach 12 and 10, hey, them gooks, man, they know your MO, Esau, bro. And they don't trust your ass, but they know they can use you as leverage like you're trying to use them as leverage. Because at the end of the day, all you devils have one thing in common. is to get your New World Order off the ground, man, and to, dissemble the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But the
Yep.
whole world is rising up against you because they know that you're being backed by a bunch of PDF files, all right, that like to grape kids and fuck up the world. Even the earth itself is rising up against you, man. Animals are attacking you. Birds hate you. Nature hates you. The Lord is revealing his iniquity, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It say, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and
Hmm.
until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Yeah, because you didn't listen to the Heavenly Father. Because for one thing, when the Lord commanded you to let us go, you put the affliction on us even more. Like, what
Mhm.
about the 40 acres and a mule? You didn't give that to Jake. Hell, shit, Jake can't even get free health insurance, man. At least give Jake, some type of residuals to fall back on. At least give him free benefits or free health insurance or some shit like that, man. You can't even give him that. And half the health insurance company today was started on the back of Negroes, man.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you devils are going down. You cook.
That's right, bro.
Verse, what's that?
Keep
No, you
going,
got
though.
it up.
Verse 20, verse 21. It say, Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Mm-hmm.
And we seeing that with that they the spread of that hantavirus, man. I mean
Mhm.
that's just the one they're using right now, but the brothers shared in the group chat how that shit is I think it infected like 3 people out here in Kansas City, man. You
Mhm.
know, but if you tracking the narrative, there that thing is spreading quick. And we already know this shit got like a 38% mortality rate, is what they saying. So, and that's a pestilence, man.
According to them, it's spreading because we already know it's concocted madness. Because, bro, why did the
Right.
vaccine industry? Why did the stocks on that go up before this? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
all that other shit. Yeah, why was people
The
going
move.
underground and all this other shit? It's already crazy. Like they already had the helicopters and they already had stuff already set up. Just going back to 2020, and when you look up the word Hansa in the Hebrew, it goes it says it's a scam or a lie, nonsense or something fake. So
Mm.
they're basically playing in the people's face, man.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, if I could add, you notice too, before this, when Trump got in the once he got in the office, he left the WHO.
Hmm.
So that means he can dictate how he wants to approach whatever sickness or whatever epidemic that happens in America, even if that means put you niggas on 24/7 lockdown. Now, see, the WHO in general, they might not even recommend that. But since Trump is in charge, he could order that because he felt like it, man.
Yeah.
So even though he's taking more of a relaxed stance, we got to understand the moves that Esau did beforehand, before we got to this point. And that's why us as the watchers are always looking at what this devil is doing, man.
Uh,
All right,
quick
bro.
preset, real quick. This is the book of Sirach 12 and 10, and it reads. It says, "Never trust thy enemy." It says, "For his iron rusted, so is his wickedness." So he's running the same playback. He's running the same pump fake back. And people in the West, they kind of indifferent about it because they like, well, you've gotten us with the first one. You've gotten us. We fell for it. Now we ain't falling for it no more. But see, that's what Esau wants, man. He wants people to kind of buck up against it because it can go two ways. Either people comply and lock down and go back to the mass mandates, or if people don't listen to him, he can just say, you know what, he can release the real thing. Because they got viruses, brothers, in labs that they can release. Like all the chemtrails and shit they've been spraying all year, all last year. The hell y'all think that is, man?
Mm-hmm.
That's poisons they're spraying in the air to weaken people's immune system. And find out through a couple of different sources that so-called haunted shit can be a side effect from the three-pointer that people shot a couple of years ago. So people are literally they're walking petri dishes right now with that shit in them.
Mhm.
So a lot of people finna die, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Fine.
that demon Bill Gates, he's already angling for infrastructure to be set up in places like India, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, trying to get people registered. He basically came out and said listen, we're going to continue to have these demics. You know what I'm saying? He straight up
Right.
said it. And we got to be ready. And this is why we need a registry. And this is why we need this and that. So everything is pointing to what we've been prophesying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sir. Yeah, you remember he said the next one is gonna get your attention. Then he smirked.
Yeah.
He smirked. And Elon Musk's wife even said it was baby mama. She came out and she said, yeah, AI and all this other stuff, the pandemic is going to take a lot of people's jobs. But she said the great, what do you call it, trimming the herd or mending the herd, meaning they're getting ready to cut a lot of people down. She said a lot of people are getting ready to drop and whatever they're getting ready to do, man. So family members, baby mamas, girlfriends, friends, hey, a lot of people finna start dying, bro. Like a couple of people I went to school with, I didn't even know they dropped off the face of the earth. I got news of it maybe a couple years ago that maybe 3 or 4 people I went to school with dropped dead, bro. I'm like, oh shit.
Dang.
So it's gonna get serious,
wow.
man. Yeah.
Shit, brother.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, brother.
Kind. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. You know, we ain't brought this out in a minute. It said, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. All right. So when this man tell you that he want to give you a V nation, all right, when he want to give you a maxination, all right, when he want to help secure your life with a digital ID or with the RFID C-hip, you know, take good heed and beware of him, man, because this devil has something sinister, man. All right. Understand. We got to understand that the scriptures in Jeremiah tell us go back to the old past, man. We wasn't carrying around IDs in the ancient world, man. You didn't need no damn vaccination in the ancient world, man. All you needed was YAHAWASHI. So he say, though Sirach 12 and 11, though he humbled thyself and go crouching, right? The same thing that Trump doing with China, as you mentioned earlier, bro. You know, because America was all big and bad. They you know, so used to being the ones calling the shots. But now, shit, Trump had to tone his spirit down going before Xi Jinping, man, because he knew he ain't got the leverage, as you said, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they lost leverage.
Yeah, you got it.
No, I was gonna say they lost leverage a while ago, man. And this war in Iran, that didn't make it no better for America. Like, how do you have the world come up against you, but you still think you can put leverage on people? Nobody's bullied by your military no more, bro. And you were kicked out of parts of the Middle East. Nobody's worried about you no more, man. You're old news. Like, nobody believes in your military. Nobody believes in your laws. Democracy is all bullshit. Everybody knows that you can cop situations to get your way. Everybody knows that you're a bunch of goddamn devils, that you're Satan worshippers. The world's woken up to you. So, hey, when you go back and watch that movie, The Wiz, the black version, Richard Pryor, he played the wizard basically. And it took Toto to go behind the curtain to reveal that he was nothing but a coward. But at face value, he had power, he was strong, he had the immaculate voice and everything like that. But when he came behind the scenes, he was nothing but a man that was bluffing. And that's Esau, bro. But see, his bluff was gonna cause him to crash out even more because hey, that pride that's in his ass, he can't take a L. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish the verse. This Sirach 12 and 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. So it's always going to be wickedness inside this man. No matter how much he tries to clean himself up, no matter how hard he tries to humble himself, the devil gonna do what the devil gonna do. And right now, his agenda, as I've been saying a lot in my lessons, is depopulation, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Shit. That's the spirit that came out twice, just like that. The same precept.
Yeah, it did. I just noticed that. Sirach 12, yo.
Oh, Salakia, I ain't even noticed.
Yeah.
Nah,
The
it's the
spirit to
spirit,
double
bro.
tap.
Hey, the spirit ran that back twice. But like I'm looking at Yahoo Finance right now, it says Kill Gates next PDZ can emerge anywhere and the world isn't prepared. We can't afford to get caught flat-footed again. Who the fuck is we, white boy? You know? It's talking about we, like nigga, you ain't get caught out there because you already knew what was up, and it came out too. And we gonna play that video that they leaked the next ordeal in the EP files, and that's why this motherfucker's so briefed on it, man. Like, how can a guy that has a patent on Microsoft and computers or a lower level technocrat now be some type of expert on pandemics now in vaccines? Like, who the hell gave you that authority, man? It
Right.
shows you that they're playing on you people's emotions, man. Okay, because they got a book that came out a while ago called Death by Injection, man. Brothers get a chance, man. I got the PDF for that book that I want to start reading. But if y'all read that, it really tells you that all this petroleum-based medicinals, I'll say it that way, was basically set up to mend the herd, man. Kill people off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they was pushing that ordeal back in 2021 so heavy, man. And guess what?
Yeah.
He was part of it. He was pushing it. He even did a seminar on it and said, if we take this and times this, then we can eliminate this. Basically say you want to kill you people, man.
Right.
Yeah, and the witchcraft of it is something they call symptom relief. That's how they trick you. They make your symptoms go away temporarily, but your body never actually heals on that medicine. That's why it
No.
fools so many people. You know what I'm saying? And they made so much money, but none of that shit is gonna heal you, man. Tylenol and all this bullshit they made up. You know,
NyQuil.
they don't. Yeah, they don't tell you why you getting headaches and shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll go that route. So simple minded people will think, oh, it's treating me, but that ain't your body needs to act as a whole, man. You know, you gotta be. That's what health means, to be whole. So it's diet and all this other shit, and that's how they're able to get over on people, man. You know, crazy medicines like morphine and shit.
God.
With precept Job 13:4, it says, be your forgers of lies, your all physicians of no value, man. Yeah, and that's what DOCTOR means. It means to falsify. They're just using that title loosely now. Doctor this, doctor that, doctor that. Like now this dude Falsey is allegedly popping back up on the scene. After he been exposed as being a liar, and he got a full fucking pardon, and he's responsible for millions of deaths, man, because of his misinformation. But yet you spoke about this guy 3-4 years ago, you would lose a whole channel behind it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So is this the man that we supposed to be taking information from and following the same footsteps that everybody did 5 years ago? I think the fuck not. So they
And
want
now
people to start bugging up, man.
I was just gonna say, because now that you're speaking on that guy this week, they said the CIA, uncovered that Fauci and them people, they had hid the origin of C-19 because they knew
Mm-hmm.
it came from a lab. All right, certain things were done purposefully, and the thing is that they got the boldness to tell you straight to your face now, man, because they know you people ain't gonna do shit. So they straight up telling you that they intentionally killed your family members, nigga, and there ain't shit you gonna do about it.
Yeah, it was a lab leak, and they said that they was paying those delegates over there in China, I believe, like up to $8 million to say it was from certain sources. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was a straight
bat soup.
all intentional. Yep, it was all
Yeah.
intentional, and they was getting money off that shit. I think every time somebody got a jab or something like that, I think they got like the doctors or some shit took like home a $12,000 profit, some shit. But they made a lot of money off that, man. It was the biggest wealth transfer in modern history, man.
God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they totally did it. And the Fauci, by the way, all the way back to the 80s, he always worked under the Department of Defense.
Yep.
You know, when he did a lot of that research, that's why the CIA was involved with
He
that
weaponized AIDS,
offsite
man.
labs. Yeah, that tells you when they put on them lab coats, they not healing nobody, man. You know,
Right.
they in there cooking up straight weapons of mass destruction, man, because he's the devil.
What that nigga Jeezy say? He cooking up that straight drop, bro.
Yeah.
Straight drop, nigga.
Sir. Quick, quick
God.
precept.
Yeah, you got it up.
This is Proverbs 26:25. It says, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Okay, and this is basically what we got told the past 6 years. Just listen, trust the science, trust these niggas on television. And you had camp leaders that told you, hey, don't have faith in the Lord. Just follow the devil. Do what the nigga on television told you to do. See? But it says, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. So this is why this nigga needed a pardon. Okay. That's public information, man. Now they're coming out with this information that he was always up to something, man. Torturing puppies, you know, creating all kind of crazy ass pathogens in the lab. You know, it says a lying tongue. It says, "Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him." So this is why all you Edomites are crashing out, because now all of this wickedness you've ignored it, and now it's falling back on your ass, man.
Yep.
You know,
And then, oh,
go ahead, Oxlack, you got it.
I was just gonna say that New World Order is a pit within itself, man. Because they want to eliminate the lower class, the middle class, upper middle class. It's just gonna be the haves and the have-nots, and they're gonna throw all you people into the pit. You know, I just want to say that.
Yep. Yeah, bro. Going back to what you were saying too, Taz, it says Dr. Fauci orchestrated C-19 cover-up, CIA whistleblower claims. But we've been saying that since day one, but we got our pages clipped. But wait a minute. If that
Yeah,
is the case, and he covered that information up, which was a viable source of information that could have saved people's lives, why ain't he locked up? But yet you had people getting their doors kicked in because they were speaking out against the wickedness of this system. You couldn't even mention C-19 without YouTube clipping your video, man.
man.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Yeah.
don't forget all them small businesses, man. People lost their whole life savings because of that shutdown, man. They had everything into their small business. All them shit shut down and never came back, man, because of what that dude did. You know,
Kind.
Yep.
suicide, self deletions is going up. You know, domestic
Yep.
violence. You already know all kind of shit was going down for what he did. So it ain't just a nigga with pneumonia. You know.
Right. Hey, and that's why this lockdown is gonna be way worse because you people are already fucking injected, man. All right. 2019, it wasn't a mass juicing of the world. The world wasn't as fucking weird as it is now in 2019, man.
Yeah.
All right. Even though 2019 was wicked, 2018 was wicked, brothers, we was in the midst of that shit, we was doing our thing, but it wasn't as weird as it is now. 2026 is way more fucking weirder than the shit we're dealing with now, man. And so when they lock this bitch down again, watch how these people fucking lose it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. Shit, brother. You mentioned the New World Order. The when he goes into um the Latin phrase when it says "annuit coeptis," which means he approves of our undertakings. Who is he? You know. And then it says "e pluribus unum," out of many, or one. So the scriptures goes into how he's going to be in straits, but he's going to bum rush and juggernaut his way through a landmine and landfills to get this New World Order
Oh,
off the ground. That's
hey,
why
bro,
the
the brother
narrative.
Yawasop is on. Salaki, I mean to interrupt you. Brother Yawasop is on.
Yeah.
Salaki, brother.
So the thing of it is, Shalom, brother. The thing of it is, with this new ordeal that they're going through, they're gonna go through tooth and nail to get it up because they're on a time crunch now, man. So like the brother said, hey, they got lockdowns in Spain. This thing is allegedly spreading to the four corners of the earth, man. But it come from a fucking rat. But we just found out a case in Illinois, basically was unrelated to the ship. So you got so many different narratives that they're orchestrating to create one main narrative to get everybody in hysteria mindset, man. But if they lock down again, that's the end of the economy. That's accelerating the downfall of the system, including the war in Iran. Also, the small businesses, man. And then let's just say if they give you people stimmies, that's going to increase the deficit, but it's going to accelerate the dollar even more. Because remember, with all that being said, they got data centers going up overnight, which the data centers are going to aid in the market of beasts because they need to put everybody in the database, man. So it all comes together, bro. The whole pandemic, the war, the data centers, Trump going over there to kiss ass to the gooks and taking his technocrats with him. It's a lot that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. This is Revelation
Ahead,
12
brother.
and 12. It say, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. All right. And just backing, the brother's points up, man. And that's why it was mentioned earlier, if a lot of people ain't gonna just willingly bow down and submit to another lockdown, man. All right. So they're gonna have to really release shit that's gonna start taking people out. And this devil's gonna do that because he knows he doesn't have much time left, man. So they gotta come with the digital IDs, like we mentioned with Peasant Charles, all right. And ultimately they gotta come with that C hit, man. Like you paying attention to the signs, this dude is literally out of time, man. So now he's scrambling and pretty much, just pulling out his final stops.
Okay. Yeah, I believe a lot of bodies are gonna drop in this one, bro. I believe, because like people ain't gonna really comply with it, so they gonna actually release something, and it might not even be what they claiming it to be, the Hanta. I'm gonna say it abbreviator, the false, the false information they're talking about, but it can be a whole goddamn biological weapon, because that's really what it is. Or they can be activating the what do you call that shit, the graphene inside people through these different frequencies, man, because Esau can do that. He could tap into certain frequencies through, because remember, the M to the N to the R A is basically technology too, man, that they got a patent on. So if they have a patent on something, they own it, they can do whatever they want to do with it. So they can turn to these people literally weapons if they wanted to.
Oh yeah, we know they
Zombie
they got
response vehicles.
Con, I was gonna say we know they put that they putting that 6G up too. I think we was mentioning that at camp the other day, how they made movies where they have a frequency go out and it fucking interact with so many people and they start bugging the hell out. So shit.
Yeah, and going into them frequencies, one of those missing scientists, or not missing, but the scientists that been popping up dead, it's one that's an Edomite chick from Huntsville, Alabama, and she was bringing out on how Esau got different frequencies that could, fuck with your mind and also, have you do wild bugged out shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Amy Eskridge, you talking about?
yeah, you know what I'm talking about, because she dealt with propulsion. She was looking into how the chariots work and all that, and Esau clipped her ass, man. But she also was speaking on how them frequencies, and she said she got, them motherfuckers try to hit her with a laser while she was at her home, man. So hey, this devil's really on some Star Wars shit, man. That's why we gotta have the spirit of the Lord to overcome this devil.
Right.
Yeah. She was a fiery chick too, man. She might have been Jake, but she said they cracked anti-gravity. 4 other people cracked anti-gravity on how to do it. She was one of them. So Esau got some shit, but he ain't gonna be able to fuck with the chariots. You know what I'm saying? But these whistleblowers are talking too much.
Yeah, they're clipping them. That's why them 10 scientists came up dead. But quick precept, and we could start hitting those videos. This is the book of Ezekiel 21, and I'm gonna start it. And see, and this is bad news for you, Jakes too, because see, Jake don't know what the fuck is going on, man. Jake just in a fucking mix right now. He just like, okay, whatever happens, happens. No, you tried. This is really set up to get rid of you. Tried. This is Esau's sole purpose of getting rid of our people, man. And you, Jakes, don't think this has nothing. This is all about you, man. That's why this devil was crashing out so hard. All right, but this is the book of Ezekiel 21, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 8. It says again, the word of Yahawah. Matter of fact, let's start at 7. It says, and it should be when they should say unto thee, wherefore sighest thou, that thou shalt answer for the tidings, because it cometh, and every heart should melt, and all hands should be feeble, and every spirit should faint, and all knees should be weak as water. Behold, it cometh, and it should be brought to pass, says the Lord Yahweh. And what is it talking about? When you go up to verse 4, it says, seeing then I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. Therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh, from the south to the north, man. And the modern day sword of of the Most High is Esau Edom. That's why he's allowing him to come up with all these inventions with, this technology and anti-gravity defying and all this other shit, because the Lord is getting ready to allow Esau to release judgment on this fucking place and our people, man. Hey, this weapon that they getting ready to release is targeting you Jakes, man. Because a lot of you Jakes went down there, you shot the Jake, And it says here, verses 8, and it says, again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, son of man, prophecy and say, thus says Yahawah, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. And when you go into furbish, it goes into like modified, because back in the day, you had a company called Etna, when the little, what is it called, the little flip phones, it was called the razors and shit. They had like, they wasn't really good phones. They broke down often. So what you would do, you call Aetna 800 number, and then they would send you a refurbished phone, which is basically like new or modified. But it says here, Son of man, say, thus says the Lord, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. It says, should we then make mirth? It says, it had contemned the rod of my son as every tree. And he had given it to he had given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished and it is giving into the hand of the slayer. So he finna get busy on you tribes, man.
Yep.
AI, through these robots, man, through these frequencies that the brothers was going into, because you got something which is called the TI program too, which they goes into targeted individuals, when basically they can put frequencies on you and how you to do bugged out shit. Then they can stalk you and they can hack your devices, and you know, before you know it, you got a whole hit squad after your ass, man, and it'll bug you out. You know. Brother got the precepts.
I don't have it right now.
Okay, well, shit, let's go. Let's play. Let's go to the first video with the EP files leaking the Pandeezy. It's like a 25-minute video, but we'll play like the first 5 or 6 minutes, and we'll kind of chop it up in between.
Hey, and while the brothers getting there, I'm gonna just say nobody's putting out this much information as GMS, man. These other Israelite camps, you know, I be looking at them. They're not getting as deep and detailed as we are, man. And so, you know, we gotta say, call Allah YAHAWASHI for giving us a spirit to speak on these things, not only just on face value, but also giving brothers the full breakdown and the full understanding, man.
Yeah, that's why I did that lesson yesterday about, hey, be thankful that we're under righteous tutelage, man. The elders and the apostles, man, you know, the Lord put the spirit on those men to you know, teach us the way. And now the spirit is dealing. Versus the mother groups, man, they in it for nefarious purposes or for ungodly gain. Our leaders ain't take no bag, man. You don't see them driving with what do you call that shit? That what's the G-Wagons and shit.
Yeah,
They didn't sell out to change breakdowns and all this other stuff, man. You know, Apostle Tahar ain't sitting in the house with 3 wives and never working. You know, these men still working. Yeah. Yet you got a nigga that's in his early 30s driving a G-Wagon that ain't probably worked a job in 10 years. Why is that? Because you took the bag, my nigga.
Yeah, I think you gotta add it below out.
Add it.
Screen.
It's on there with us. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, he must have changed it.
It's different.
How do we get rid of poor people as a whole?
Fair use, by the way.
You turn up the value.
Jeffrey Epstein's inbox on February 4th, 2011. According to the email, the question had been asked to Bill Gates. On its own, it sounds like one bizarre exchange between 2 rich people, but the Epstein files contain far more clues on what this could mean. Buried in those documents are references to the pandemic, biological research, engineered toxins, and illnesses. So, in this video, we're analyzing Epstein files that mention just that, and unraveling how those patterns have led so many people to believe the 2020 pandemic was never random. And more importantly, we looked into what Epstein could have possibly wanted from all of this. It was just 6 years ago that news broke out about a virus.
We have a new name for the coronavirus. The World Health Organization has officially called it COVID-19.
That would change the world forever.
So I've been seeing patients for over 33 years, and I've never seen anything like this.
The isolation, the death toll, the fear. It felt like something out of a movie. And online, a theory grew to explain why the pandemic felt so mysteriously scripted. The conspiracy goes that Bill Gates, who had been warning the public about the next life-altering pandemic for years,
The source of the virus could be a natural epidemic like Ebola, or it could be bioterrorism.
Hadn't predicted COVID-19, but with the help of other global elites, had allegedly engineered the virus and unleashed it onto an unsuspecting public to depopulate the world. And when the Gates Foundation funded the first vaccine, well, safe to say, conspiracists remain skeptical. Some suggested this was another attempt to wipe humanity out by making us infertile or poisoning us. Others believed it was all a ploy to implant the public with microchips that the elite could then use to control the masses.
Hey, Pfizer, call my roommate.
Pfizer
5G activate.
Now they may probably clip this, man, but you know it's so ironic. They would never clip the original video, but they'll clip ours. But hey, that show you that they've been listening to the men of the Lord, because now the mark of the beast is like pretty much headlines now in the YouTube community, man. You know, or the intellect community. Everybody is speaking on that. You know, we said that the first Pandeezy was actually a precursor to the MOTB because it's going to come in a similar spirit. You scare everybody enough, you start taking things from them, and then you start giving them hope by introducing things slowly. In this case, they're going to take everything from you with the chip, and you people, either you're going to bow down to it or you're going to get unalive, man.
Right.
Yeah, and we know that these juice shots have graphene in it, man.
Yeah.
So those are more heavy metals within your body. So as this guy is doing, you know, can you just play this again, Uriah, for like the next 10 seconds, then pause it? Look at what he's doing, man.
Yet as the years passed, these
go back.
conspiracies all a ploy to use to control the masses.
Hey, Pfizer, call my roommate. Pfizer 5G activated.
Yet as the years passed,
right there, man. So that chip is going to be the link, but the graphene that's already in you is going to help connect all that shit with your body, man, because your body is already made of electricity. You see what I'm saying? So when it connects to electronic devices, you know, is going to be what we call the Internet of Things. You're going to be able to talk to your Alexa. You're going to be able to talk to your headphones, your fucking Meta glasses, your smart refrigerator. All that shit is gonna leak in with the C hit, man. And don't let your ass get a fucking brain C hit, because then they gonna unlock a whole new world for your ass, man.
Oh yeah, you basically a robot to them. They just control your ass. Hey, but you had shows back in the '90s that went into things like that, like the X-Files. They would show you all kind of weird ass projects Esau was secretly working on and doing all kind of weird shit in the background, you know. And there's another show too, I can't think of it, but it was similar to X-Files, but it showed you that this nigga is always cooking up some shit, man, some demonic shit.
Yeah, the X-Files told us about that whole ordeal, and they said that it was a government like secret or some shit like that. It wasn't even the such and such, but it was something else that they released, but it was a group of Edomite men that conspired together to conjure up this madness, man. And what's that precept? If somebody get Job 15, start at like verses 30, and somebody can grab Psalm 64, and somebody give me the book of Proverbs 4, and I think it may be like 16. It say I think it goes into unless they call someone asleep, they can't rest.
Yeah, I got that Psalm 64 queued up.
Okay, bring it out, brother.
Yeah, this is Psalm 64 from the top. It say, "Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." It say, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not."
Yeah, because they doing this shit all from behind the scenes, man. You got a group of men that's concocting all this madness behind the scenes, and they're delegating it down to the presidents and to these senators and Congress people, and they got the actors and the CIA and all these people that's their front men to go out and push this on people, man. And then you got the regular people that just like, what do? We like in the gulag, because they got people so conditioned mentally with working and paying taxes and bills to the point that's all they can focus on is how hard they got it, because you know their life is so convoluted with confusion, man. That's why people are getting ready to bug the hell out and crash out. And this may be the straw that breaks the camel's back if they decide to lock down, especially in these Republican states, man. But then again, you know, these Americans, you can't really, you can't really count on them too much to do the right thing. Put it to you that way, because they're docile as all hell, man. As long as they can still go to work and pay these taxes and some have a decent car in a driveway, that's all the fuck they care about. So they may comply again because that's how stupid they are.
Remember last time they had the boogeyman, they was blaming Moab for it,
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to, spin a narrative to fearmonger people, and it's gonna be a gruesome time, man.
Yeah. God. Yes, sir. Keep going on that Psalms.
Verse 5, it say they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Yeah, but you've been exposed now, man, because everybody knows about the Rothschilds. Everybody knows about the Rockefellers. Hell, you got people cursing out. There was this one dude, I think David Rockefeller was in some European country, and they was cursing his ass out. He said, look, we don't want your new world order. We don't want you here. Get out of here, man. So the elites have been exposed already. Now it's just a matter of going through with it, and people gonna lock horns with it.
Mm-hmm. Verse 6, it say they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And we was talking about that, man. Just going into how these doctors and shit, they put them damn lab suits and shit on to concoct these damn poisons and pestilences, man. Esau do a very diligent search on how he can fuck people's lives up and kill millions of people, man.
Yeah. And the book of Ezekiel says that the Most High made this man wiser than Daniel. So he's had more insight than any other kingdom, man. This is the most advanced kingdom to ever dwell on the face of the earth. Now we understand, like in the ancient world, there was means of technology. It just wasn't caveman technology. We understand, but the way Esau got hooked up is has never been seen on the planet Earth. But that's only for a testament of YAHAWASHI on how he's gonna outdo the left hand with his right hand again. The same way it happened in Egypt. So all this man looking into viruses and this man looking into cloning and genetics, DNA, and all that, it's still not gonna be enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Verse 7, it say, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
That's your
Hey,
Lord.
and the way that they're going to be wounded first is through the word, man. Before the arrows, the missiles drop. Salakia, I mean, cut you off.
Yeah, those own tongue, that's those whistleblowers, man. And that truth, the arrows goes into that truth, man. First and foremost, man, revealing this devil's iniquity. Like the brother was going into, revealing the iniquity of this devil is being exposed, man. That's why when you go into the book of Second Address, it says that books should be open before the firmament and they should see all together, because the truth is exposing this thing, man. Is it busting it all the way over? And this is why they're getting ready to come after anybody that have any talking points against their plans, because they can't have this information readily available and accessible for people that's onto their plans. So they got a lot of people to kill off, man. And you better believe, one say they coming after us. They definitely gonna come after men in the Lord, but that's when the Lord is gonna intervene and he's gonna fight on our behalf, man, if we believe that. But see, it's the double-edged sword. You other Israelites out there, you don't get a pass, because Esau, he don't just put one group in one cat. If you calling yourself an Israelite, or you got a shalom mark, or you got a Hebrew emblem, or you look like one, they coming at you too. And that's the way the Lord is gonna sweep all you wicked niggas up in.
Yeah. You had made a good point earlier, because we know with the C-19 shit, that's when they first really start coming with the whole, oh, this is misinformation. We got to fact check all of this shit. But now they got AI, man. So they could really completely, comb through and just completely get rid of information. I mean, they got AI now, so they can really just, make it like something is completely, totally different than what it is, man. And that just going into the fact that the famine of the word, we know that thing is imminent.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah. Con. That's it on the Psalms.
It was a couple more verses, but that was pretty much the point.
Okay, let's play a little bit more of this video, and let's play like another couple of minutes of it, and we're gonna go to the next video.
Conspiracies faded into the background until the Epstein files recently brought them back into the spotlight. But what did Jeffrey Epstein have to do with a pandemic? Well, according to the internet, everything. And today, we're going to unravel exactly what that means as we dive headfirst into the murky waters of this conspiracy. Let's start with Jeffrey's pandemic ties. The files reveal that Jeffrey didn't just have world leaders, CEOs, and socialites in his back pocket, but some of the leading minds in science. This included astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, astronomer Lawrence Krauss, and Harvard geneticist George Church, to name just a few. So it might come as no surprise that when the International Peace Institute hosted a meeting on preparing for pandemics in 2015, Jeffrey was on the invite list. This was the same year Bill Gates warned the public that the greatest threat humanity currently faced wasn't war, but a virus outbreak.
Not missiles, but microbes.
Of course, given that this was in the middle of the Ebola crisis, Jeffrey and Bill's interest in pandemics wasn't exactly novel. Yet the internet was hesitant to shrug this off as a coincidence, especially considering that the Epstein files connected the two men.
It was clear that they had business relationships, they had legal contracts that essentially merged them into a unit within a much larger superstructure, which involved, planning for pandemics, almost a decade before they came to pass.
With that, let's take a deeper look into the Epstein files and all the mysterious statements that could be tied to a virus that was still years away. In an email from 2009, Jeffrey talked about engineering something to create toxins. In a follow-up message, he wrote that he thought about making toxins all the time and that he wished his body could do it. Then, in 2014, Jeffrey emailed Harvard math professor and director of the Program for Evolutionary Dynamics, Martin Novak, about potentially funding one of his projects. He went on to list a series of terms seemingly related to the study, including living pre-living virus and infection infected cell, infected host, parasite, functions, growth, decay. Were these messages evidence that Jeffrey wanted to manufacture a virus? The potentially incriminating emails don't stop there. In the files, there are also a number of messages relating to the vagus nerve, which is part of the parasympathetic nervous system that carries signals from your brain to other parts of your body to regulate different areas, including heart rate, speech, and immune response.
Bro, so this dude is really, this fucking dude gotta go, man. Like, who sits around and thinks of ways to kill people? The vagus nerve is a very part of your central nervous system, bro. Your vagus nerve, a lot of people are out of balance because their vagus nerve has been tampered with, man. That's why they got like certain therapies and shit. You can get your shit back on balance, and people that kind of regulate that vagus nerve, they get back in balance. They feel a lot better. But bro, like, people are fucked up out here, bro. Like, who the fuck? You got all this money in the world, now you just want to kill people, bro. Like, go enjoy your life somewhere, bro. Go, like, fade in the sun somewhere, bro. But you want to concoct a fucking concoction that's gonna wipe people out, bro. And niggas still can't see that this man is the devil.
Yeah. Hey, but Esau, even going back to Genesis, he was a wild man in the field. You know what I'm saying? He was just obsessed with taking life from off the earth. That's why it's so wild to us, because us as Israelites, our spirit is to promote more life. You know what I'm saying? Bring more life into the world. But all this nigga think about is how to send your ass up to the spirit world and turn your TV off, man.
Precept to back that up. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. The Good News translation.
Start at 14,
Okay, Con, let me go back. Con, Proverbs chapter 4 and 14, the GNT. It say, do not go where evil people go. Do not follow the example of the wicked. It says, don't do it. Keep away from evil. Refuse it and go your own way.
Mhm.
Wicked people cannot sleep unless they have done something wrong. They lie awake unless they have hurt someone.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the answer. That's the precept that failed to call for earlier. And that's the answer to who would do that. That's the wicked, man.
right.
You know? That's who would do that, man. Bill Gates, man. That nigga is a pure demon, man. And we know it's him because he can't stop messing with things in nature, man. He's modifying mosquitoes. Okay, he's buying up farmland. He's got his hands in so-called philanthropy and all of these different organizations that are funding so-called research. This nigga popping up in India, West Africa with
Yeah.
needles, you know. So
Bro,
we know it's you, bro. You know.
yeah, Connor, I was just gonna say, and you can't say that the so-called white man is not the wicked the Bible speaks about because we're reading about it, man. The video we playing for you going into these EP files and shit, and kill gates of hell and all the things that they talking about is literally them talking about how they want to kill people, man. And scripture just said they can't go to sleep unless they hurt people. Like you can't say that Esau, the so-called white man, is not the devil, man.
Yeah, and that proves our spirit. That's what the Lord said in Genesis, what is it, 25, I think, when he said that two different nations, two manner of people should be in the womb. We're two different people, bro. Like, see, Jake, we enjoy the earth. We enjoy sunsets, we enjoy beaches, we enjoy women. We enjoy just like a beautiful sunset and seeing the wind blow off the trees and the sun hit the leaves. That's peaceful to us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to music, but this man wants to destroy it. I don't know if y'all saw that video. I think it was today or it came out yesterday, but some farmers caught Esau dropping some shit off on a farm from a helicopter, like a government helicopter.
Yeah.
Like it could be ticks or some shit. Yeah, they caught him like dropping some shit off. Like, what are you doing?
It ain't even surprising, bro.
Hey, and all these things are being done over fucking email, man. All right, these niggas ruin your life via email.
Yeah,
right. And they just go to lunch. Like
that's crazy, bro.
But what proves though? But like, if they were smart, bro, like, and what proves the Lord got them in a trick bag, because it's so many ways to have this type of conversation without it being documented. Like, the elites got technology far greater than our own. They can literally FaceTime each other and store it like in a cloud, a conversation in the cloud that only they have the access to. But nigga, you still typing emails. That shit went out in the 90s, bro. Early 2000s.
that nigga using a
emails no
Gmail.
more.
That nigga using the Gmail account, bro.
A hackable with that, bro.
You know how easy Gmail is? But I was meditating on what y'all brothers were saying about the difference between Esau and us, man, because when the scriptures say that he was a hunter, when you really think about it, that wild man spirit on him, Esau just likes to kill things, man. That's why he don't just raise livestock. He just got to go out hunting because he's really in the taking of life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he hunts, because hunting is not for hunting is a sport, man. So you're not just killing for your own food. You're killing to take home to mount a bunch of dead heads in your room and shit, man. That's the spirit that guy's in.
Precept.
Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. It says, "A thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." It's the difference between Jacob and Esau, man. And the spirit of YAHAWASHI, he's coming to bring life. He's all about bearing real life. He said, be fruitful and multiply. Esau, the devil, is opposite of everything of the scriptures. Everything, man. So his whole purpose is nothing but spreading illnesses, doing a bunch of stuff, man. And, it shows you from the beginning of time of this devil's nature. He's naturally a cannibal, and thinking about how wicked and demonic this devil is, it reminds me of this game I played called Far Cry Primal. And it shows you there's these characters in the game that basically they're like cavemen, and they're all cannibalistic. Their weapons that they use, they throw, dead corpses at you and shit like that to get you sick. And they were all like basically Edomites. But the main characters that you play as, they call them Winjas. or niggas, you would say, and they're all Jakes. It just shows you that the difference, man. This devil's got to be brought down. He's literally the waster to destroy.
Quick precept. This is the book of Ezekiel 35, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, Moreover, it says, Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophecy against it, and saying to it, Thus says the Lord Yahawah, Behold, O Mount Seir, I'm against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. So the Lord has a judgment for you devils, man. And the funny part about it is, you lower level devils, you're going to get it too, because you're wicked just on a lower level. But this is referring to the elites. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah. But because thou hast not had because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, says the Lord Yahawah, I will prepare thee into blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood should pursue thee. So the Lord is getting ready to recompense you devils, man, because like the brother said, you do nothing but destroy life. Like they was breaking it down on how the ecosystem and how like the supply, how like the economies and the ecosystems and how it will play a direct impact on the economy. The fact that butterflies are being pretty much null and void. Like they have to have like certain observe, or what do you call those places? They have like certain places that they reserve these particular species so they don't become completely endangered. Same thing with the bumblebee, with the Florida blue bee, with the reservations, yeah. You know, and they contain them because they want to multiply them, but you don't see butterflies like that no more. You don't see bumblebees like that anymore because they got to pollinate flowers and stuff like that, so you can, you get the benefits from it. But instead, you got mosquitoes, you got roaches, you got rats, you got biting midges, biting gnats, ants. Which ants are, ants play a critical role to the ecosystem. But you got a lot of animals or a lot of insects that's out of balance that don't really profit nothing because it's too many. Like instead of you creating more dragon, like you don't even see dragonflies anymore, man.
Yeah, big time, bro.
Yeah, like bro, you see in the summertime we seen dragonflies all in the open fields just flying around and mating. Now you barely see them.
Yeah, I was gonna say dragonflies, but I'm like it was like apex insects too, like apex predator insects too. They said like if you get like a little fake dragonfly trinket or whatever, it'll like ward off a lot of insects.
Yeah,
it's actually they're number one predator for mosquitoes. Dragonflies, that's their biggest diet too.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that nigga mutated damn mosquitoes, and now you got more mosquitoes than dragonflies, man. How?
Yeah, right. So everything is out of balance, man, because that's what Esau wants. He wants things that just not conducive. Like, I don't want to see no goddamn mosquitoes in my house, man. Even though mosquitoes are beneficial to the ecosystem, but you have too much, man. But no dragonflies, no bumblebees, no butterflies. You rarely even see caterpillars because they turn into butterflies. You don't see that no more, man. The trees are dying out. Weather's all messed up. The skies are hazy all the goddamn time. The weather's fake. Like, we got to be delivered from this, man, brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, and it says here, thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and will cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with the slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee perpetual desolations. Thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So the Heavenly Father is going to throw all this wickedness down, man, and rebuild the earth on the new fashion that we can enjoy.
That's right.
Yep. Let's go to the next video. I don't want to waste all my time on our time on that. Yep, the brother GMS Tazadak. Yeah, he said dragonflies have 90% success rate in honey. Yep. Yes, sir.
This is the crashing out video. You want to play a different one?
The crash out. Yeah, let's play that one. Let's play a couple minutes.
You got the Savvy Savs, Trump Don't Care, and Trump visits China.
Yeah, we can play the crash out, and then we can play the Savvy Sabs like at the 5 minute mark. I think she goes in on it, and then we can just take it from there.
Okay,
We already an hour in. I want to keep it under an hour and a half.
Kind.
Hey man, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Okay, I got 3 vehicles, all 3 of which got a
You might be a Jake.
Hit the value, Mike. Hit the value.
worried about fuel mileage necessarily. I'll make it work. Hey man, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Okay, I got 3 vehicles, all 3 of which got a V8 in them. Okay, and look, I ain't never worried about fuel mileage necessarily. I'll make it work. That's the price you pay to drive a V8. But gas is $4.30 a gallon in my neck of the woods. Okay, and that's just for regular gas. Okay, that ain't even premium. That's just regular. And now they're putting this E10 and E15 in it that is like literal cancer for old vehicles. It's like running paint stripper through your fuel system. Okay, it's just not good for it. Okay,
he might be a nigga though.
Well, I mean, what the fuck are y'all trying to do? You got flock cameras going up. You're making a mandate that all new vehicles made after 2026 have got to have cameras and kill switches and AI technology in them. Man, this is just not a fucking world I want to be a part of anymore. Like, it's just the more I think, the more shit that happens, the more shit you see on the news. Every time you get on social media, it's just more and more and more and more and more bullshit that they just keep on piling and piling and piling and piling and piling. It's like, God damn it, I'm about to fucking explode, man. Like, fuck, I don't want to do this shit no fucking more. God, I can't wait for the fucking end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to die, but I'm so sick of this and I see what the future holds. I don't want to do that either. So fucking take me out now. Kill me in my sleep. Fuck this shit.
That's a Jake, bro.
I don't want to keep doing this. And the sad thing is the next generation and the generation after that are being programmed now to not think about it, to just accept it, to just go with it. That's what they want. They want to train the kids to not think about the fact that the government's going to have complete and total control of all of your fucking movements, Jack. And they're not just going to know where you're at. They're going to be able to control where you're at. You know, and it's like, this is not the America that I was promised. It's not the America that our forefathers promised. It's not the America that we fought for. What the fuck are we doing?
Let me get this straight. work, $80 in gas, work, groceries, keep myself alive. Bounce house, $250. Work, unexpected bill, debt, work, pay off debt, work, pay off mistake from 5 years ago, pay off more debt, work, be tired, work some more, I'm tired of donating my life. Work and pay bills and pay off debt. I paid off mistakes from years ago.
They pause it out. See, a guy like that, you can't be around a guy like that. He'll go and fucking bank and shoot it up, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go there.
Yeah.
That's a Joker in the fucking Joker movie. Remember that nigga was laughing on the train? He ended up shooting a nigga on the train. That's him. Hey, but like you said, bro, you know, I think the first guy was a Jake because you can compare the spirits between the first guy and this guy.
Yeah.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Esau just seemed more weird. You know, Jake
he like take me out of this motherfucker. That's how you know that's a Jake spirit. Esau don't talk like that, man. He don't have a manly spirit in him, you know.
Yeah.
Be like, take me out.
And you know what? This shows we the last days because I'm gonna just share a little testimony. One of my pop's friends has a cancer. You know what I'm saying? He got a tumor, right? And he basically said he don't give a fuck, man, because he see how bad this world is. So he said he kind of ready to check out and go to the spirit world, man. and that shows the devil is in control, man. Because scriptures say when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. But you see, this is how important the truth is, brothers. Because we lit. We the only ones lit right now, brothers.
Yeah.
Even though we still doing basic stuff, we still got to go to our jobs and get our daily bread. But end of the day, we the only ones rejoicing, man. Before we started the stream, what I say, hey brothers, I'm in a good mood, and we pray all brothers, not just us, here in the camp doing a lesson, but all brothers who watching, y'all find some peace and a reason to rejoice in YAHAWASHI, man.
Calm, brother. Yeah, calm. I'm on to that, bro. It's been a pretty light day, pretty good day. The Lord been coming through, man, and shit. It's been a real light, moody day and shit. I was cool, chilling, working, and everything was just kind of on point. So hey, the Lord is really turning this thing upside down, and it's getting ready to fall in our favor here in a little bit. So, just keep your eyes on the prize, and hey, just kind of just prevail through the bullshit, because hey, this world is falling, bro, and these people, they are going to lose it. All right, they're gonna fucking lose it, man.
Yeah. Hey, well, if I may, I could reread Deuteronomy 28:20.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, "The Lord Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me." So that's specifically what these Edomites are going through right there, man. Vexation, rebuke, nothing they do, no matter how many jobs they get, it ain't working.
Quick precept here. We got a couple on comment board too. This is the book of Habakkuk 2:12. It says, "Woe to him that builded a town with blood and established a city by iniquity." Verse 13 is the point. "But behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people should labor in very fire, and the people should weary themselves for very vanity?" So people crashing out over house payments, bro, because they can't make it. All because it's vanity, People want to be looked at as the next big thing, or keeping up with the Joneses, and he want to get that new Hellcat, or he want to get that new F-350, that V12 in that bad boy. Esau, they want to go back to hot dogs and beer on Saturdays, man. Farting and shit. Right. That's what they want to go back to, and putting you niggas in slavery. What they want to go back to, and they're losing that, man. The little thing that gave them some type of peace, they're losing it. So when they lose their peace, you think they're gonna take peace from the world, man. So it's we gonna see a lot of violence this summer, bro. Especially with all these different activities with this World Cup stuff too. A lot of people gonna start crashing out and doing things and retaliating against this place, man.
Yeah, and then quick mention that nigga Chud the Builder.
Chud the Builder.
But it's really Edomites out there that really think how he think. It's Edomites that want to get down with that, calling Jake the N-word, the hard R in public, and making us look stupid and shit. It's Edomites that want to get down like that. So these racial tensions about to kick off too,
Yeah.
Chud the Builder got his ass beat too, I think. I heard he got his ass whooped.
Yeah. Then they said that nigga shot himself like a goofy ass. That nigga cheddar bobbed himself.
Cheddar bob. Shoot yourself, goofy.
That's the persona. That's the perfect depiction of an Edomite right there, boy. The whole time this nigga was talking all that shit, and meanwhile Keisha is giving him the Alizar.
Yeah.
All of that, man. That's Esau right there, man. Quick to shoot, quick to call you a nigga out your name. Inside, this nigga's a flaming hot Cheeto, man.
A stale one too. Damn. Nigga got an expiration date on that.
Golly, man. And that's who's ruling over us, bro. That's so crazy, bro.
a base man, bro. This is the brother GM Tazadak YAHAWAH 144K. And it says he should deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, the 7 shall no evil touch thee. Yeah, that's right, man. We're gonna get delivered, man, in the 6 troubles. Because we break it down going into the various fashions of our captivity, but on the 7th trumpet, we're gonna be delivered because we're gonna be caught up into those ships too. Next verse Yeah, this new hangout shit is a little different, bro. It's kind of strange. You hit one button and it shut the whole thing off. For verses 20, it says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword." And we're in a time of war, all right? We're getting ready to see civil war because Esau is going to kick this off because he's the one that's being affected the most about it. Versus Jake. Jake, we're used to catching hell. Jake, like, okay, this is another day. We used to not having enough gas money throughout the week. We just thug that shit out. You know, Jake used to making ends meet and robbing Peter to pay Paul, where Jake will live off peanut butter and rye bread for 2 weeks. Jake, you know, they just thug that shit out because we got that spirit. But see, Esau, he doesn't know how to live beyond his means. He don't know how to, live below his means. Salaki. He don't know how to do it because he didn't have to. So this is a different reality from them, bro. So hey, you see an Edomite acting sporadic out there or acting just erratic, then it's probably get away from that guy, man.
Yeah,
Quickly as possible, bro, because these niggas, bro. Hey, you see what that dude did? I think it was an Edomite dude. It was a Jake that worked for FedEx, and he followed in Florida. He followed him 40 miles just to kill him at work. Said that the dude hit his car, but he didn't. And he followed Jake 40 miles to shoot the nigga up 7 times, bro.
Damn.
On FedEx property.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
That's yeah. Go ahead, brother.
So yeah, man. So hey, let these people have it, bro. You should Edomite. You know how that episode of The Simpsons when that angry dad was that nigga Homer was in the car and he was pissed off. Hey, you see Esau gripping that steering wheel. Hey, don't get that nigga eye contact, bro. Let that nigga go.
Yeah.
Real.
That's in that Sirach 12 and 10. It says don't have him by you lest he overthrow you, man. You know?
Yeah.
That nigga's going when he loses, he's first thing is violence with him. You know?
Of course. Yep. Yeah. Hey, what's that? It's Sirach 9 and 13. Keep thee away from the man that have the power to kill.
Yep.
And it says, thou should be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Hold on, let me finish this real quick, bro. Man, I hate the fact the screen is so damn small. You can't really see shit. But it says, thou should be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. And it says, in that destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. And for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field should be at peace with thee. And thou should know that thy tabernacle should be in peace, and thou should visit thy habitation and shall not sin. So, yeah, we're gonna be okay, man. But as a collective, these people they through, man. Let these devils have it.
Right.
Go ahead, you got it.
This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7 says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right, so you see how they crashing out like that, because any man that has wisdom is going to be pissed the fuck off at what's going on. You know? But a gift destroyeth the heart, right? A gift constantly just being on the up and up and up can make you spoiled. So when you do face adversity, like you were saying, you know, we used to catching hell, but they not getting gifts all their life. So their heart's been destroyed. You know, so now they can't take the pressure. And like Jake was saying, that guy's talking about just make myself just unalive me, you know. That's man. This is why you have little Edomite kids, they go to school, you know, shit like that happens. But this oppression, you know, if you're wise, it's gonna make you upset, or it can fucking drive you goddamn crazy, man. If you're not grounded in YAHAWASHI.
Yeah.
Right, so that's one more. This is Proverbs 29 and 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You got a whole nation of people mourning right now. Everybody is fucking upset. There ain't no fucking unless you're at the top and you're super fucking wealthy, rich. You know, some of them people, but outside of that, everybody's stressed the fuck out in America, man. Nobody's happy here. The birth is gone. Attention what's happening. Each one of these holidays have been shitty. Less and less participation. People fighting. They're not coming together. It's like fucking hell. I'm curious to see how this fourth gonna be coming up. the 4th of July. That shit probably gonna be dead, man.
Yeah, they
Literally,
said.
we might have some bodies around behind.
Yeah, they said something about, I believe, like the last shipping container, some shit like that. I think something about the 4th. I think that's when it all is done. They said in a matter of weeks we can see price gouges with the food, and I don't think they're gonna have enough for the 4th for something that I was reading, but it's not looking too good if they don't open up the strait. And even then, if they do open up the strait, it's gonna take 7 months to maybe a few years to get things back to somewhat decent levels. They say the gas may not come down the next year, but we ain't banking on that because gas been jumping up literally every week for like the last 2 months. So
Yeah.
a lot of travel plans are canceled. Spirit Airlines, they laid off 16,000 people because they're no more. And hey, the cost of flying is as high as hell. Gas is high. Nobody gonna be traveling like that, man.
Right. Hey, and even before this shit, niggas was still putting $5 of gas in the tank.
Yep.
So
Right,
niggas was
right.
struggling even before this shit went up, man. But the thing is about you Jakes, man, you like to hide your poverty. All right, you like to act like you ain't struggling, but you really are. And eventually, just as Esau gonna snap, you niggas gonna snap too, man. All right, it's gonna be a certain time where you gonna get fed up of being fed up. But they say it's sick and tired of being sick and tired all the damn time, man.
Yeah. Esau gonna have that solution for your ass.
It's more in that video, bro.
Yeah.
He gonna kill somebody.
Who gives a crap that you're tired? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're tired. The bills don't care. Work and pay bills and work and pay debt and work and pay bills and work.
I'm bored again. I would say that we're going to make fun of some white people, but the video I'm about to show you did not put me in a joking mood.
We go to let's go to the Savvy Sal's one, and after that we'll cut it. Start the 5-minute mark because it basically shows how Trump wicked ass goes over there to China and basically he bootlicking the gooks. Yeah, but that's a major play that shows you that America is done. They're done. I mean, the fact that they got to rub elbows with China again and they have no leverage. China finally cuts America off, then it's done because China owns this place, lock, stock, and barrel. Land. America doesn't produce anything. They get glyphosate from over there, which is 95% of the food production here. So it's like, dude, this shit is through, man.
Yeah. They sold America out, bro. They know what they doing. Ain't no way this is incompetence. Like they're basically done with you Americans, man. Y'all about to get sacrificed. These elites, they don't have no border allegiance. They don't give a fuck about voting or American borders or Canada or none of that shit, man. They sold y'all out.
Sir. God.
Look at this.
So here's the problem, because something's about to happen. Donald Trump is about to meet with President Xi Jinping in China, in Beijing. And guess who is supposed to be coming along the way? The White House is inviting Elon Musk and Tim Cook to join President Trump on his trip to China this week. Executives from Boeing, Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, BlackRock, Citigroup, and Meta have also been invited. Trump hopes to unlock a series of business deals with China. Wait till I show you one of the deals. First of all, anything that brings along these three, Boeing, Goldman Sachs, Blackstock, and BlackRock, not going to be good. This is also not good. Laura Ingram tweeted this out. I guess she was shocked by this. Mr. Trump and Xi Jinping are reportedly considering a deal to allow China to invest $1 trillion in the U.S., largely to build factories on American soil. Eric, let's go ahead and bring up part 2 so we can get to that.
Hey, Shalaki, but like, why would they do that though? You know, like, why would they give you back the advantage, man? You know, you sold all of the factories over there, dummy. You know, so you gave them all the bargaining chips economically. You know, and that's that Obadiah. You know,
You can't.
Can I read a quick precept?
Go ahead.
This second Ezra 15 and 46. It says, "And now Asia, thou art partaker of the hope in Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou made thyself like unto her, and have decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee." Right, because the apostles always said, if you want to see the future of America, look at China. They already got the social credit system going, man. So now, you know, America and China, they really gonna be the ones that try to one up each other in building this new world order. Because I did a lesson on how they already have the brain C-hip connecting to robots, man, in China. And so now that the United States really, they the ones that really started the whole C-hip game, but they gonna link with China to really perfect it. And then it's gonna get worldwide, man. You know, so I just want to bring that out.
yeah, kind. They women too starting to act like women over here now, as well. So you know they drank that Kool-Aid.
Article, because I want to explain something here, guys. Okay. The president of the United States, who at the time when he was running for office, told you that his focus was on building up things for America, for Americans, and America first, really is considering to allow China to build factories here in the United States that China owns. Now, the way he's going to try to sell this to you is say, oh, this is going to be great. Manufacturing is going to boom. And this is going to create so many jobs. But experts are warning against this. Trump on the verge of era of the world, historic proportions. He is moving against his aide's advice. So let's see what his aide is saying here. In a column for the New York Times, conservative economist Orrin Cass reported the president may be on the verge of tying the United States to China irrevocably. Guys, I wish I was making this up. Mr. Trump and Xi Jinping are reportedly considering a deal to allow China to invest $1 trillion in the United States, largely to build factories on American soil. Cass described that scenario as an unforced error of world historic proportions. Make this a little bigger for the people in the back. These negotiations come in as Donald Trump prepares for his trip to China. While Trump's approach to China has frequently put him at odds with his own administration, his willingness to consider the investment stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of the relationship. Trump sees China as simply offering a bad deal and believes the remedy is negotiating a better one. And he's proceeding despite concern.
Remember, man, China already has bought up United States farmland too. We already know, you know, Bill Gates and the guy who owned the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams. They one of the biggest landowners here in America, but also China, man. And you know what? China also bought land around Whiteman Air Force Base.
Yeah.
That's 45 minutes away from Kansas City. Did you know that? So Trump is really letting these motherfuckers in, man.
Yeah.
Well, that sets the ground too for that foreign military invasion too, because they got they got those Interpol police over here too. They got those China got military over here too, is what people don't understand. They got a lot of sleeper cells over here too. So it's all about this whole technocracy. This is all coming ahead, bro. Quick precept. This is the book of Obadiah, and we'll shut it down here in a minute. This is the book of Obadiah 1, and I'm gonna start at verses it says 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How is his hidden things sought up? it reads, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. So the men, it says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. So like the brother said earlier, China can play off this, but see, they already know Esau. You can't trust him. So Esau think that he's going to get leverage over the Chinese, but you don't have no leverage because China owns majority of your, they own it. They own everything you pretty much manufacture because you don't manufacture shit. And it says, and prevailed against thee that they that eat thy bread had laid a wound under thee, and there is no understanding in him. But it says, should I not in that day, says Yahawah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? So if you were wise, bro, like you would have listened to your advisor and not took that move. But that's all part of prophecy, and it's gonna backfire because that's gonna further put his economy in debt. And if you went slavery to the Chinese, you can fucking forget about it, and shit you gonna be authentic.
Yep. So, right.
Learned from advisors in the administration. He said, I don't blame China, Trump notably told business leaders in 2017. After all, who can blame a country for being able to take advantage of another country for the benefit of its citizens? I give China credit. According to The Economist, the transactional worldview fails to account for the strategic reality that Chinese investment operates under fundamentally different rules than America capital flows. $1 trillion infusion of Chinese capital would exceed the total direct investment in the U.S. made by any other country since the Declaration of Independence. It goes on to say, unlike American companies that pursue their own goals and relatively little political interference, Chinese companies operate at the pleasure of the Communist Party. I love how they always bring up the Communist Party. They're like, oh no, they operate at the will of the people. When the party decides to dominate an industry, it can offer virtually unlimited financial support and access to a virtually unlimited labor pool. Cass said this will be a catastrophe.
Hey, this is why America is called a whore, though, because it's selling itself. You know what I'm saying? They selling their own land to China just like a whore would try to sell her body. So like
yeah. They sold their integrity. They sold the people out. They sold themselves out when they sent all the manufacturing overseas, man. Like one thing America was good at producing in the early 1900s during the first industrial revolution was steel tycoon. Hey, if you was a steel tycoon in the late 1800s, prior to the Great Depression, hey, you were doing relatively good. But that Great Depression, which was set up just like the 2008 collapse, that pretty much put a lot of them steel tycoons in debt, and a lot of them committed suicide behind that shit, man. So they already sold their people out decades ago. So,
yeah. And now he's trying to ask for China to invest back. That's some shit.
Yeah. That's why he was going over there begging them and humbling.
Boy. Yeah, they was cooking his ass on X, boy. They was like, they was all kind of mean to this nigga, just, you know, kissing Xi Jinping's ass, man, because all of this from a year ago, him talking big shit, China gonna pay us with tariffs and all of that. Now look at him, man.
Put his foot in his mouth, man.
Yeah, now you begging.
Yeah, we always had a long relationship, you know. Yeah, shut your ass up, man.
Right. This nigga here.
Do that to them Iranians, motherfucker. They don't want to hear that shit.
Right. And China's with them Iranians, man.
Yep. But that's good on that, brother. That the point is being made. But any brother got any more precepts they want to bring out?
No.
Okay. Shit. Well, all right, brothers, man. Well, hey, the water to you brothers out there on the comment board. You know, you brothers got tons of precepts. I'll read this last one. The brother Nair. 2nd Edge 8:50, it says, the people of this world who have lived their lives in pride and arrogance will suffer many things in the last days. Ooh, that's a code, bro. That's in a GNTA. Yeah, I gotta put that in the repertoire, bro. What is this? Isaiah 24:11. From the brother, what is it? Isaiah Rising, the elect 144. Isaiah 24:11 and 12, it says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The birth of the land is gone, and the city is left in desolation, and the gates is smitten with destruction. Yep. So here we go, man. But anyway, we're going to close out and end it, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahawah.
YAHAWAH, bahasham,
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters out there are edified. To the next lesson, Kwame Asharala.
Kwame Asharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.